All right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, over well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that this lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab on one, back at you with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be called Touching a Dead Corpse is Unclean. All right. And it's going to go based off of a post I made just now on Instagram. All right, which is it's looking like it's a new thing that people are starting to do, which is pretty much wickedness and filthiness, man. All right. Um yeah, it's pretty much wickedness, man. Filthiness. It just goes to show how messed up this world is, which is pretty much no new thing under the sun. You know, they were doing shit like that back in the days too. Um, um, Esau does that with animals. What I'm about to show you, he like stuffs animals and he looks at it, uses them as a shrine. You know, as this pride and joy, all this crazy shit. All right, but let's just get to the point. This is the video, and then I'm gonna get some scriptures. Actually, I'll put it there so you could directly see it. All right. Well, the new thing is that when somebody dies, they stuff them and then they're putting them in places. All right. Like they're using them as it almost looks like a fucking wax museum doll, man. That shit is crazy as hell. All right. So these people have died here. I guess this person died in a bike accident. So they got him on a bike, you know. This guy's just chilling. This guy's chilling. This was a rapper that just recently died, I believe. This is what I mean, man. And that's another thing. You rappers, man, you have not realized that the Lord is not playing with you rappers. You rappers, like on a whole nother level, have no understanding that the Lord hates rap. He hates your music. Okay. He's literally constantly putting rappers down. Rappers are being murdered all over the world, man. All right. Yeah, you got these celebrities that are still there. You know, these celebrities, these top celebrities. That's because that's their lot. They're made to be stumbling blocks. They're made to be destroyed later. All right. But for you upcoming rappers and you rappers that want to constantly keep making music, don't understand that the Lord hates your music. Why? Because you're being wicked with that shit. You're not bringing out a good message. You see, everything you bring out is just wickedness. It's more bullshit and wickedness added on to the agenda of Esau. You know, that's what he wants you to bring out. He pretty much wants you to bring out that wickedness, man. He wants you to continue to brainwash the masses with wickedness. And it's just sickening, man, to hear you rappers constantly always trying to make some music. And it's just, oh man, there's no originality no more. You know, I myself used to do music, but I never was on that page. Like my music was to try to edify somebody, give a message out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we would do certain music where you have to adapt to, certain society, certain beats and things like that. But my point was always to try to make somebody, think in a song. That type of music is not out no more. That type of music is gone. That's why as a matter of fact, let me before I go into the scriptures, I'm gonna bring this one out. That's why it says in Ecclesiastes the 12th chapter, it says and the doors shall be shut. Yeah. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sounding of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right. Yeah, the daughters of music, meaning this music industry, all this music bullshit has been brought low. All right. It's being brought low now. You know, this is why you have music always constantly coming out the same. All they doing is stealing the old people shit, the old music that was original. You know, they're stealing those lyrics and now they're making them new. They're pretty much updating and upgrading those songs. You know, why? Because there's no more originality in this place. Everything is just oh man, it's the same old song, the same old tune. All right. So, you know, this is talking about how the daughters of music have been brought low when it's really going to, you know, when the time comes when there's no unemployment, you know, no more unemployment, no more when this place shut down again, you know, you pretty much not going to be hearing people playing music. Why? Because this place is going to be quiet. Everything going to be low. Everybody going to be straight silence because the judgment of the Lord is going to come upon them. All right. But that point right here is the point. You know, the daughters of music shall be brought low. As a matter of fact, another one I think of, you know, to just not trying to go off topic, but to go into the topic eventually. All right. This is Amos 5 and 5 and 23. It says, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. You see, the Lord not hearing you the stupidity of your music. You know, then you got even, you know, people in the truth, they trying to make, they try not to be worldly, and they think that they're not being worldly by making songs of the Heavenly Father with his name in it. You know, that shit is straight wickedness, man, because we were not meant to do that. See, King David was a musician. He did songs and things like that, but you know, these were different types of songs. All right. It wasn't rap music and trying to, you know, you being in rap music is you still being worldly mentality, man. You still being carnal. You know, if you do music, it's okay. You could, I'm not saying you can do music, you know, you keep music to yourself. As far as you pushing it out and trying to make a name for yourself, that's where you go off, you know. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of brothers that used to do music that are in this truth. And if they still do it, what? They do it on the low. They do it for themselves, maybe for the brothers around them. That's it. We ain't out there selling CDs. We ain't out on the internet trying to push it. Yo, check this out. You know, buy my new album. No, ain't none of that shit, man. Shit got to go. All right. But that's pretty much the point on that. Let me get back to the lesson. All right. So the lesson, all right, these, you know, were people that died and they're pretty much stuffing them and now they're putting them up, you know, as shrines, man. Like if these people were gods or something, you see? That shit is wicked as hell. As a matter of fact, let me get to this next one. Where it says it right here. It says RIP Gunu, a 24-year-old based rapper. See, going back to these rappers, man. The Lord is I'm trying to tell you, the Lord is dealing with these rappers on a very high level of putting them down, putting them to death, because he hate that music, man. Everybody in this fucking society wants to be a damn celebrity. Everybody wants to be a damn rapper, you know? And that's all based off of Esau's bullshit. Because Esau has made our people feel like the only way you can make it in society is by being a famous person, being a rapper, being a harlot that's known worldwide, where your face all over billboards and shit like that. You know, I always said that, and when I used to do music, that there was a saying, you know, in my music that I had that I would say that the American dream is only is an American scheme. It only looked good in the TV screen, you see, and that's facts. You know, all this glamour and glitz, man, that shit is just, it looked good on TV, man. But at the end of the day, these people live miserable lives. These people they are not happy with who they really are. These people are lonely when they go home. You know, this is why these people stay up partying on a daily basis, because they can't go home and go to sleep. They sleep alone. Demons attack them when they're sleeping for all the wickedness that they're doing. So they stay themselves up. You know, they pretty much get high till they fucking pass out. You know, so that whole music scene and celebrity scene, man, that shit only look good on TV, man. But in all reality, it's all wickedness. All right, these people hate their lives. As a matter of fact, a lot of these people end up killing themselves. You know why? Because of the shit that they go through. You know what? All you hear about these rappers at one point in their songs, they talk about how they sold their soul to the devil, and then they always try to come out with a song of repenting off of it, like they regret it, they wish they never did it, this and that. Why? Because that's what they do. They are selling their souls, and Esau makes sure that he grab an Israelite and make him sell his soul. You know, as a matter of fact, like when they sell their souls, you know they be Israelites because the wicked can't sell their soul. The wicked is the wicked. You know what I'm saying? The ones that they're trying to make sin is the Israelites. So they make sure that it's an Israelite that's selling his soul. And every single one of these people that are top-notch celebrities, they all know who they are. They all know that they're Israelites. Why? Because if they didn't know, what would be the point of the of Esau making them sell their soul? See, he wants you to know, and he wants you to do it willingly, knowing who you are, that you're choosing him in society of glamour and glitz. You all right? You're selling your soul to him, and that you're not gonna sell your soul to the Heavenly Father. You see, that I'm trying to tell you, me being in the music industry, I've been around it. I've been around people that be wicked as hell. I've had people try to make me sell my soul, all that, man. So that shit is real right there. You know, and all these rappers, they all doing behind closed doors wickedness, you know, being sodomites, and that's the only way you can make it to the top. It's pretty much you doing something real wicked, something seriously wicked in the eyes of the Lord, man. And the eyes of the Lord is upon the sinful kingdom. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the good and evil. You see? So the Lord is always watching what you're doing. All right. So, you know, it's just, you know, these rappers, man, this is like, I've had enough of them because everybody wants to be a rapper, man. And the Lord is not dealing with them. Okay. And as a matter of fact, let me grab it real quick. What is the profit of man if he sell his soul? KJV. All right, this is Matthew. Well, it's a couple different ones you can bring it out of. I'll bring it from Mark, actually, Matthew 16:26, and it says, "For what is a man profited if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul? And what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" You know, what are you profiting by selling your soul? Nothing. You're losing your soul, which at the end of the day, your soul belongs only to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. He's the father of all spirits. Okay. But, you know, selling your soul is basically you bound down to your God, which will be on this side. The God of this world is Esau. You're pretty much bound down to him. That's you bound down to Satan. You know, and then if you bow down to him, you that means you worship him. So now you done lost your spirit, your soul, man. All right, the Lord gonna be destroying you for that. And again, you know, all this glamour and glitz, all these riches, none of that's gonna profit you in the day of wrath, man. All that shit is vain glory, you know. All of that. Let me grab it real quick. Oops. This is 1 Timothy 6 and where's it at? It says 1 Timothy 6:9. It says, "But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare." And this is what these people they want to rap because they think they want to live that glamorous life that they show you on TV. You know, getting high all day, ain't got nothing to do, just party all day, have all these hoes, all that. You see, but it says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lust, which drown men in destruction and perdition. You see, eventually he's going to destroy you. That's why it tells you that it's easier for a needle to go into the let me grab that too. It is easier for a needle to go into the eye of a camel, KJV. I believe that's how it goes. This is Mark 10 and 25. It says, it is easier for a camel, Salakia. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom. So the Lord not going to deal with the rich, man. He dealing with the lowly, the ones at the bottom of society, the ones that got nothing, that are rich in knowledge, not rich in money. All right. So 1 Timothy 6 and 9, it says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah, because these people end up making money their God. You see, money is always going to be around because we have to buy things. So money itself is not evil, but the love of money, you putting money before anything, you know, before Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is the root of all evil. That's why it tells you cannot serve God and mammon. All right. You can't drink the cup of the Lord and drink the cup of devils. You can't serve God and serve mammon. Mammon goes into money. All right. It says, which while some coveted, Salakia, after they have erred from the faith. A lot of people have fell out of this truth because of money. You know, you got a lot of these, like, let's just take, for example, real quick. You got IUIC, Nathaniel. All right. He once knew the name, but at one point he started being wicked. Why? Because he went in and took that money bag, man, that 501c3 charter, you see, and it erred him away from the faith. You see, they fall away from the truth because now they get caught up in their riches. A lot of these false prophets is all about riches with them. They're not preaching the word of the Lord for real. They're all about getting that money. I was just talking to somebody today that used to, you know, be part of a church and all that. All right. They know the truth now, but you know, they were part of a truth. I'm Salakia. They were part of a church and they were really good friends with the person in the church, you know, the pastor and all that. But now, because they left that church, the pastor will walk right past them like they don't even know him. Why? Because now you're not making money for them. That shit is a business. So if you ain't making the pastor money, and now he want to act like he don't know you, like he ain't been dealing with you for years and years, while you was donating and all that crazy shit. That just goes to show how these people really are, man. And it says they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. You see? So all that money, glamour, glitz, all of that is bullshit, man. That's not, just like it says it up here. People think that gain is godliness, you know, wealth. All right. It tells you right here, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. Yeah, wealth, money is godliness. Oh, I'm blessed. I got a house. I got a car. I got all this money. The Lord blessing me. Hell no, he ain't blessing you. That's necessities of life. You need that. You see? It says, from such withdraw thyself. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. Yeah, you being content with what you have. All right, the little bit you have, the portion you have, that's what great gain is. All right, you being holy with the little bit that you have, content with it, and content that you have the best knowledge in the world, which is above all rubies and riches, man. That's great gain. All right, so going back to this damn fool right here. So it says R.I.P. Gunu, a 24-year-old Maryland-based rapper that was recently killed in a shooting, now has videos going viral as his family decided to have his dead body standing in a club before his, I can't read what was there. All right, but you get the point. So now this damn devil's a dead-ass body in the middle of the club, crowned and everything, like he was this king, like he was this god or some shit. You see? And pretty much you got all these people celebrating for him. All right. They're all singing his songs. You know, you could just tell if you look and watch when I play the video, you're gonna see people just faces bugged out because that shit is wicked. What the hell is a dead body doing in the middle of the damn club? Which at that moment it makes that whole entire room unclean because you're not supposed to be truthfully around dead bodies, which I'm gonna get to that to a point, which is the point of the lesson. All right. Of course, you gotta have some wicked ass Eve right there. Oh man. It's gonna get to the point where you're gonna start seeing dead bodies and people gonna start trying to smash these dead bodies. Which, hey, they were doing that back in the day. That's called it's called necromancy, something like that. All right, where they were grabbing dead bodies and sleeping with them. Matter of fact, you had DMX speak about that. DMX spoke about that in one of his songs. He said, I got blood on my, cause I effed the corpse. That was one of his songs. All right. And he was literally telling you that he had blood on his shit because he had effed the corpse. That's the shit that Esau make you do when you selling your soul, man. He'll make you go out there and do some crazy ass ritual. You have to go have sex with a dead person, and we'll pay you all this money, man. Listen, and people will do anything for money. You see, that's that love of money makes the root of all evil. All right. So, pretty soon you're going to start seeing stupidity with the way the world is going. You're going to start seeing people trying to smash dead bodies, man. And there's no new thing under the sun. All right. So this Eve looking crazy. Look at that face. That face is like, what the hell am I doing here? Straight up. That face is just bugged. Like, I can't believe I'm in here. Look at that one. Look at that one. Those faces, those two faces right here, they just look bugged out. They're like, damn, this shit is crazy as hell. It's weird. Man, that shit is bugged out, man. Bugged. That just goes to show you how weird this place is getting, man. You see? Why would you want to, which at the end of the day, to be honest, like, this is all like, this goes back to heathen customs, Egyptian customs. Like, even us being, how can I say it? When you, or you can't see my screen. Hold on. Let me see. Salakia. I never shared my screen. I got you. My bad. I got you guys. Salakia. Yeah, I never shared my screen. So this is what it is right here. All right, they're taking dead bodies. All right, and they're pretty much they're stuffing them, and they, this person died in a bike accident, so now they got his ass on a bike. This rapper right here, they got him in the middle of the club. You get the point. They're pretty much stuffing them, which, like I said, this is the shit they be doing back in the day. Esau do that shit. He stuffed animals and put them on the damn wall as shrines and shit like that. So these people are pretty much worshiping these people, man. Putting a dead body in remembrance and pretty much worshiping it like if it was a god or something that just died. All right. So this is the other part of it. Look at them people's faces, yo. Look at those people's faces. These two people's faces, I'm telling you, they look bugged. They're like, I can't believe there's a dead body in the damn middle of the club. Then everybody else is just bugged out, singing the song, loving it. You know how many people went and touched that body probably? Come on, man. People taking pictures with that body. Fucking Eve, man. Look at that face. Look at that face. I can't believe that shit is this. She just staring at it like, what the hell? Look at this one. Like, what the hell? So that just goes to show you that that shit is weird. That shit is straight. Yeah, they taking pictures of his stuffed body on a bike. Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, exactly. You ain't never heard of no shit like that. That's how you know we live in a society that's weird as hell, man. Everything is filthy and disturbed, bro. Everything is just dead. That just goes to show you this place is dead. For you to sit there and take pictures of shit like that, who the hell wants to take pictures of dead bodies, man? So going back to what I was saying, like that's all like Egyptian customs. Like even when we go to see when a person dies, you're not supposed to be around the body. That's uncleanness. All right, which I'm gonna bring it out in the scriptures now. But um, like even you putting people in caskets, you're not supposed to do that. When a person dies, I believe the way it goes is that you're supposed to grab them and then put them in the dirt. You know, they're supposed to return back to what? To dust. You know, pretty much they turn back to fertilizer for the earth, man. All right, the worms and the creeping things eat you up, and that's it. You disintegrate because a dead body, all a dead body is. All right, I'll grab it real quick. That's in James second chapter. Right, all the dead body is for as the body without the spirit is dead. You see, so faith without works is dead, being alone, which is being compared to at the moment. But when the body when you're dead, that's just the body without the spirit. Your spirit has been taken out of that body, so that body is nothing. That body, that's why when people sit there and cry and mourn over a body, that's bugged out, because it's, bro, what you mourning for? That person's not in there no more. That spirit is gone. That spirit went back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and the body's just a body. All right. That's why when you see someone die, like a good example, well, I can't really use it as an example, but I'll tell the story real quick. Like my brother said, he was at his job and he actually seen somebody die right in front of him, right? And he said that this was at the time of the pandemic, all right? What happened was, he said that he was working and all of a sudden he seen it from straight scratch. He seen this guy, it looked like he went into a seizure, all right? And then he said the way he explained it was crazy. It was like he literally got his spirit taken out of his body, and his body just started wobbling and folding little by little, and then it just dropped. Like the way he explained it, I understood what he was saying, because it was literally Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai taking the spirit away from that body. So if you take the spirit out of that body, it's just basically going to flop, wobble, and drop, you see? Because it ain't no use for it no more, you see? So, when people grab these bodies and they put them in tombs and things like that, that's Egyptian customs. That's what the Egyptians used to do. They would grab a body and put it in a tomb. And then they would they had their ways of thinking, that they thought that they would go to the afterlife and walk, and they had to meet, before their God, and they had to weigh their feather and their heart, their sins against the feather, all that crazy shit. It just goes back to Egyptian customs, which is also a way of making money. How the hell do you make money off of dead bodies? The body's dead. Go bury that shit in the dirt, and that's it. But no, Esau gonna make sure that he take your money. You got to pay for a casket. You got to pay for the tomb. You got to pay for the ceremony. You got to pay for this. Everything in there got to do with straight money. It's a business. All right. Then you got the weirdos that are playing with those bodies. When you bring them to the mortician, they be in the bottom of what are those called? The morgue. All right. Them people be bugged out, bro. Them people be playing with those bodies and everything. You don't know what the hell they be doing with those bodies. You see? A lot of them, I know this for a fact, because when I used to be in the world, I used to do stupidity, heavy drugs and shit like that. I know what they do is they use right away, they take there's certain things they take out of the bodies and shit. Like they use them for drugs. When they embalm they usually actually use embalming fluid for a drug. They put that shit on like bud and weed and all that shit, which, this is things that people don't know about. But one of the things I know that they do is they take the from the brain, all right, they take all your it's called mescaline. You know, what they do is they drain the people's adrenaline in their body and they put that into a drug. That's what makes mescaline, and mescaline makes you trip, makes you hallucinate. Basically, what you're doing is you're taking that person's thoughts and feelings and injecting and putting it in your body to get high. This is why you're able to see certain things. It's like you could see these people's thoughts or what they were thinking in their dreams. This shit is crazy as hell, bro. You know? But my point is that the people at the morgue, they be weirdos, man. You know, who the hell knows what they really be doing with all these different types of, body parts, which, some of these people are killed just for the elites, because the elites might need a heart or something. So they might end up going to take somebody that's in good health, put their ass down, and then right away they go take their organs out and they sell it on the black market to the elites that need it. That's why you got these top banking families. They be old as hell. They like fucking 400 years old, just being funny, but they survive long. Why? Because they're doing transplants and things like that, man. Bugged out wickedness, you see. But that's right. Genesis 3:19, and it says, "In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread till thou return unto the ground, and out of it was thou taken, and for the dust thou art, and unto the dust shalt thou return." Exactly. So you return. You're supposed to be buried in the ground and just let it be. You see. But they'll put you in these customs of Egyptians. They'll put you in a casket. All of that. All right. So my point of this whole lesson was that being around a dead body is unclean. So when people go to funeral homes, all that, you're unclean. You're not supposed to touch that dead body. You're not supposed to be around that dead body. All right. And if you are around the dead body, you have to purify yourself. You have to cleanse yourself before you can go back and touch things. And especially like, let's say you a brother in the truth. And like recently, my grandfather died about, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I didn't go nowhere around them. Why? Because I teach, I preach, I go to see the brothers up north. So if I was to be around that dead body, I will be unclean 7 days. Then I couldn't go teach with the brothers. You see, I wouldn't be able to stand around my brothers because then I'm making everybody else unclean. You see? So there's a way of going about with it. Let me grab it real quick. This is Numbers 19 and 11, right? And it says, let me grab it from here instead. Numbers 19 and 11, and it says, "He that toucheth the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days." It says, "He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself on the 3rd day, then the 7th day he shall not be clean. Whosoever touches the dead body of any man that is dead, and purify not himself, defileth the tabernacle of the Lord, and the soul shall be cut off from Israel." And that soul shall be cut off from Israel, because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him. He shall be unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him. So do you know how many people don't know the true law about being around the dead people? And a lot of people, you talk about millions on millions, have been to funerals around dead bodies and never cleansed themselves. So this whole time they've been walking around unclean with that on their conscience, man, with that on their spirit, So it says, "This is the law when a man dieth in a tent." All right. And then you'll get some crazy ass person be like, "Oh, you see, it's only saying those that die in a tent." No, it's talking about those anywhere. Matter of fact, let's go into that word tent real quick. Where is it at? In a tent. Tent. It says dwelling, home, habitation. You see? So it pretty much anywhere. All right. Again, matter of fact, You're in a habitation. All these people that's right here, they're in a habitation. They're in the club. You see? Every single one of them people that's in that club is straight unclean right now. Touching each other. You know how many of the people about to get it in after the club, after the party? You know what I'm saying? Drinking drinks with each other. Every single one of them is unclean right now. All right. So it goes back. Numbers 19 and 14. This is the law when a man dieth in the tent. All that come into the tent and all that is in the tent shall be unclean 7 days. You see, every single one of them are unclean. And every open vessel which has no covering bound upon it, it is unclean. All right. Let's go into that word vessel real quick. Every open vessel. I don't know if it's talking about a wound. It says implement, utensil. Oh, phew. Anything around it is clean. Is unclean. So that means food is unclean. Plates, any object that's around this dead body is unclean. All right. Of hunting, of war, of music, furniture, utensils. Oh, man. All right. Pretty much telling you anything around this dead body is unclean. All your shit is unclean. All right. It says, and whosoever touches one that is slain with a sword in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days. See, you can't even touch bones, man. All right. It says, and for after, and one of those things that remind me, what does it tell you about pork? All right, swine. You're not even supposed to touch the carcass of swine. You know how many things are made out of pork? You see? Even just as a quick one, like football. They make sure Jake loves football. Jake around there throwing a pigskin all over the place, touching it with their hands like it's nothing. You see? This is how Esau moves. This is how we make sure that you're doing some type of sinful shit without you even realizing it. All right? You go to take a shower, your products is made out of pork. There's no way around it. See, there's some things we have no control of, and all you could do is just pray upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to have mercy. We're not going to be perfect because there's some things we have no control of, but the things that you have control of, you separate yourself from it. All right. So it says, and whosoever touches one that is slain with a sword in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days. And for an unclean person, they shall take of the ashes of the burnt heifer of purification for sin, and running water shall be put there into the vessel. All right. And a clean person shall take hyssop and dip it in the water and sprinkle it upon the tent and upon all the vessels and upon the persons that were there and upon him that toucheth the bone, or one slain, or one dead, or a grave. It says, and that clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the 3rd day and on the 7th day, and on the 7th day he shall purify himself and wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and he shall be clean at even. You see, so this is the way that you cleanse yourself. This is your process of purification, all right? When you're around a dead body, you have to follow a certain way. You got to wash yourself, cleanse yourself, man. Clean everything around you on that 3rd day, and then on that 7th day, it will make you clean. All right? And it says, but the man that shall be unclean and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from among the congregation, because he defiled the sanctuary of the Lord, and the water of separation has not been sprinkled upon him. He is unclean. All right. And it shall be a perpetual statute unto them, that he that sprinkled the water of separation shall wash his clothes, and he that toucheth the water of separation shall be unclean until evening. And whatsoever the unclean person toucheth shall be unclean. So you know how many people are unclean already from being in that dead body, but now they're going to go home, touch their kids, unclean. They're going to go home, touch their wife, unclean. They're going to go next week to go see Big Mama, she unclean. You see, they riding in a car, unclean. You see, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right. And it says, and that soul that toucheth it shall be unclean until evening. All right. So you see, that's pretty much the point. All right. That's the point, that these people doing that wicked ass shit right here. All right. All this wickedness, and not taking that, have no knowledge of what they doing is straight wicked, straight evil. Not even supposed to be in that club. These people dancing, these people look bugged out, man. Just bugged out. It's all types of pictures going up, stuffed animals. It's like a wax museum, yo. And it's crazy that I say that, because when I was, when I've been to wax museums, I used to think that shit was weird, yo. I used to really think, like, is that really that person? Because they make it look good. They make that shit look good as hell. Make it look directly like that person, And you wonder, like, damn, this, what is this? How they did this? It's just sickening. So it goes to show how wicked and weird this world is, man. All right. And, it was just a point to, because I know we all have had people that passed away. And if you didn't know, now you know that you're not supposed to be around those bodies. And if you are, all right, you just got to make sure you cleanse yourself, and, you might not be able to do all this the way it's supposed to. All right. But the best thing to do is keep yourself away. If you don't cleanse yourself with the process of purification, with the hyssop and all that, pretty much just pray upon it. Ask the Lord to forgive you, but at least you acknowledge that you are unclean, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you asking him, can he cleanse you, from all that, that's right. Which, that's really going into, let the dead bury the dead, meaning those that are walking, those that what do you call it? Man, I can't get it out. Let me just get it. Proverbs 21. Oh, he that walketh out of the way of understanding. I couldn't get it out for a second. Yep. He that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. All right. So that's what it really means. Let the dead bury the dead. Those that are dead in the spirit that don't want to get this truth, let them bury themselves. If the blind lead the blind, shall they both not fall into a ditch? So you want to follow what? Yahushua. All right. But at the end of the day, yeah, if you want to get, on a certain level with it, yeah, just let the dead bury the dead. Let it be. Put them in the ground and that's it. Let it go. All right. If you have understanding of this truth, you understand that the spirit went back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and that they're actually in a better place than being down here. All right. And eventually, you have the process of reincarnation. Every 3-4 generations, you will go back into another body. All right. But this is pretty much the last, reincarnation that we're going into. This is the last time, the last captivity. All right. But yeah, that's the point. It's just pretty sickening to see that. So if you didn't know that you were, not supposed to be around dead bodies, now you know. Funerals, all that. You can't be around that. That makes you unclean. And if you're unclean, pray upon it. Acknowledge that you're unclean and stay away from everything else. First thing you should definitely do is go take a shower, all that, and pray that you be made cleansed, clean. All right. So, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, call Halor Yahweh, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. Hakim and Aqua that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. The water for tuning in. Shalom.